Hello, welcome everybody. Welcome to the IWINETC 2020 double bill of webinars that we have for you today. The first session, we'd like to give viewers an update on IWINETC in the new normal, and for that we have our partners and host destination from Friuli, Venezia, Giulia with us. As well as providing an update on IWINETC, is also a chance for you watching us now to ask us any questions you might have concerning the event itself, health and safety. Don't forget, there's a second session coming up after this one. We'll be looking at the future of wine tourism in 2020 and beyond, and we have two of our IWINETC keynote speakers, Chris Torres and Peter Sim, with us to give us their wisdom on the topic, and of course for you again to ask lots of questions. So do have those questions coming in. If you look on the right of your screen, you'll see a chat where you can actually say hello and where you're from, and where you can post, more importantly, comments and questions. Okay, so we're delighted to have with us Lucio Gomiero, Chief Executive of the PromoTurismoFVG Venezia, Giulia, and in the middle, I think you should see, as I see it, Lara Bersello, in charge of the food and drink wine route of Friuli, Venezia, Giulia. So we're delighted to have Lucio with us, who's going to say a few words on behalf of the territory and on behalf of the event. Lucio, welcome.
Thank you very much, Anthony, and good morning to everybody. Good day. I don't know, because they told me that there are lots of people also connected from different parts of the world. Thank you for joining today. And as you know, we are recovering from the lockdown, but we are speeding up, and we are really happy how the situation is going on, and we have started already to organize events from July in Friuli, Venezia, Giulia. We were in a disaster. We were a little bit lucky, also because our health system was organized, and as probably you know, we are the region that fortunately in Italy has the less number of cases of coronavirus, and for the time being, fortunately, we are controlling at the best compared to other regions in the northeast Italy. This means that we are able to organize meetings in a safe situation and managing properly, which is the flow of the visitors, the flow of the attendees, and properly manage all the workshop and so on. I wanted to provide you this kind of information just coming from a meeting with also our president of the region, and we are proud of the result, and we are working hardly every day in order to maintain such a situation. This is the first message that I wanted to pass to all of you, that I know that you are preparing your travel to our region at the end of October. And for us, this event is really crucial, important for the food and wine business, but also to relaunch our region. It will be the most important, relevant event in this industry, and also in Italy. And this is the reason why we are putting a lot of effort about that. So. We have a claim in this period. We are saying that Friuli Venezia Giulia is waiting for our tourists at open arms. But I wanted to tell you that we are waiting for you at the end of October with the open arms for sure, but also by heart, by the great heart that we wanted to guest you. And please get a glass of empty, and we will fill it with our incredible white wines. I wait for you, and thank you for joining us. And please, during during the meeting raise all the question to Lara, to our colleagues, to Anthony, and we were delighted to offer you our answer to your question. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Those words of assurance and welcome, Lucio. Okay, right. I've got 3 announcements before we look at health and safety. Firstly, in anticipation of some travel restrictions that may be imposed by specific countries, we've taken the decision to make IWINETC 2020 a hybrid event. This means that if you're not able to travel, or simply do not wish to travel, God forbid, hope not, then you'll still be able to attend the sessions in the main conference room, namely those that are programmed in the Saturnia room on the conference timetable. So that's good news. No excuses for missing the conference. You can, if you can't make the journey, you can watch it online. Register and watch it online. Secondly, some of the sessions will be revamped and will address issues related to wine and culinary tourism in the new normal. So that's an added bonus to come to Friuli, Venezia, Giulia, to the conference, and of direct interest to all of us. And thirdly, it would now be possible to contact the exhibitors that are attending the event prior to the event, so that you can actually get information, or you can request a meeting with them prior to the event, and from the comfort of your own homes. And as for the workshop providers, this feature will also soon be incorporated so that people can contact you as well. So those are the announcements we wanted to make. Let's now turn to safety controls for IWINETC 2020. And for that, we have a PDF, which we'll share with you at the end of the program, but I'm going to pull in now so we can read through it. And this is when I think your questions might want to roll in. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so IWINETC in the new normal, safety controls and precautionary measures. And this is for a whole event. That's not only the 2-day conference, but also the 1-day B2B workshop, the exhibition area, the FAM trips for the agents and the press groups, and trips for the delegates who wish to stay extra to enjoy the region, discover the region. So what's going to happen before the event? Well, before the event, we're going to let all registered attendees, that's many of you watching are already registered and many of you are not. So all registered attendees will be notified of new measures in place and what to expect and as it happens. So that the PDF we have to give you today is dated July, and these will be updated as we get any modifications. There'll be a non-contact registration, so instead of those of you who have attended previous editions, you come in, you collect your badge, and give your name. This will be different. We'll be sending you the badges, and when you arrive, you pick up your own folder and your own lanyard and your own conference bag. Sessions we're going to do on a booking basis, so that as many of you know, sometimes there are 2 or 3 talks going on at the same time. So to avoid overbooking, let's say, or overcrowding in any particular session, we're going to have sessions booked in advance. And finally, prior to the event, domestic and the World Health Organization advice and travel alongside in-country restrictions will be given. I think Lara has a list every month of countries, restrictions and so on. Is that the case, Lara?
Yes, right now European Union has been setting a list that it needs to be updated every 15 days. So the first list was spread out on June 30th, And then on July 15th, we're waiting for a new list. And they said they will update it every 15 days according to how the health situation and the contagious rate is going up or down in all the countries outside of the European Union. So we will be, we will do whatever it takes according to this list to, you know, welcome the most people that we can welcome. Because as our general, our managing director just previously said, we were extremely lucky as a northern east region of Italy, and we had the lowest infection rate of the entire north of Italy, and our intensive care units have been empty for more than 20 days now. So there's just a little more than 100 people who is still positive to the virus, but none of them is into the intensive care units. So most of them are without symptoms, and thanks God, things are getting better and better every day.
Okay. I think there's a link we can provide for people to check about any country restrictions that we can provide after the webinar. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right. So we'll make that available for everybody, be it watching now or you're happen to be watching the replay. Okay, so that's before, and so during IWINETC. So remember day one being the 26th of October, Monday the 26th of October. If you're arriving to Venice or Trieste Airport, then you have a free transfer to the venue, only on that day, of course. Because in the evening we have the welcome reception to look forward to. So the buses will be larger. We'll have more of them, and of course we'll be restricting the number of passengers for each of the transfers. Again, some booking system will be placed so that you can make sure you can get on the bus that coincides with your flight arrival time, more or less. Okay, that's both to Venice and to Trieste airports, and only on Monday the 26th. Obviously, face masks, beautiful face masks. I think we've got some branded IWINETC FVG masks for you to wear and take away. And of course, everybody will get a personal sanitizer. That will be these items will be included in your conference bag, which you collect when you arrive. Okay. So of course, we've got your contact details, and in an unlikely event where we have to trace you and who you've had contact with, we can. And of course, there will be thermal screening in place. In-house, in the conference venue itself, there will be messages from the podium which will remind you on physical distance measures and behaviors, and reminders about personal hygiene and where to find sanitizers. Should you use the one you have in your bag, if you do, I'm sure we can get you another one, so we don't have any queuing on the sanitizer stations. Everybody will have their own in their own conference bag. And advice on the availability and wearing and disposal of face masks, gloves, and so on. And of course, in the unlikely event of needing medical support, it will be there. Lara, do you want to add anything to that?
No, I just want to add that everybody in their conference bag, of course, will also have a sort of instructions list for all the things that we already said. Just, you know, as a reminder for all the everything, all the actions that have been taken in order to provide and ensure safety for our attendees.
Okay, there's part of the question there on the right. I'll quickly answer from Gabriela in Hungary. Do we need to re-register, or are we fine with the current one? Yes, the current registration is simply carried over to the October date, so no need to register. You may have to register for the welcome reception again, and the evening activities, and the sessions that you're interested in, as I mentioned earlier. Mayor, where are the names? If you could clarify what you mean, and we'll get back to you. So IWINETC will employ a combination of measures to preserve physical distancing, which may include increasing stand footprints and decreasing densities, of course, extending the opening time so that, you know, the getting in on day one isn't in a short period of time. It has been in past editions, and of course extending opening time and of course extending closing times. Also, we'll be looking to stagger the conference sessions timings so that admissions and departure times differ from one session to another, so again to avoid overcrowding. Also deploying measures including introducing barriers wherever we feel appropriate, enhanced floor management and stewarding aimed at controlling footfall within the venue itself, space seating, of course, at the conference talks, so that there's a safe distance between each person, and of course we'll be encouraging seating only over standing only, particularly at the exhibitor stands. So with the exhibitors, there'll be limited access one-on-one during the whole of the 2 days. Let's move on. Of course, we're having a one-way system, like the one-way systems in the cities, a one-way attendee management and physical distancing floor markers, so you know which way to come in and which way to go out. Attendees will be encouraged to make use of readily accessible sanitizing stations, and of course, as I said earlier, you'll have one in your conference bag. Should you wish to donate to our charities, there'll be contactless payments, so you don't have to touch anything there. We'll be imposing, imposing, maybe that's not the right word. We'll discourage you to not handshake and not to start kissing, cheek kissing, I mean. So that would be discouraged, of course. And then strengthening in-hours and out-of-hours cleaning and disinfection regimes, including deep cleaning, paying special attention to high-touch services, in line with the indications, the standards set out by the region, the territory. And don't worry about the networking. That's still going to happen. That's big value of attending the event. There'll be networking activities going ahead. But of course we'll be having those in larger venues. So
exactly, we decided to reschedule some of the events in terms of venues. So we decided to get bigger venues for for precautional matters. So we can allow the same number of people that was supposed to be in a bigger venue, and bigger means also in some cases more beautiful venues. So you will be delighted to find out the venues where we're having all our networking events.
Okay, great. And that's those are the safety precautions that we wanted to announce.
I would like Anthony to mention the fact that this is going to be one of our first events which is focused on sustainability. The Region Friuli Venezia Giulia has a big vision about sustainability, and we will do the best to get this event, the greener the better. So starting from transportation, it will be the greenest as we could, and also all the materials that are going to be used throughout the workshop and the conference will be sustainable. We will try to provide the environment with something good and nice to recover from as much pollution as we're going to put in the region on those days. You will learn more about it in the upcoming months, as we're setting a very nice campaign about this.
Right. That's all we have to say on the update on the event, safety and health. Now it's question time. I'm going to post a question that we received earlier from Ross McKinnon, Travel Edge Toronto. He's saying, my country is on the European union safe travel list, but I understand that Italy has opted out of this EU decision. Is Italy making an exception for travel to this type of event, or is there any other information you can provide?
Let's first just say goodbye to Mr. Lucio Gomiero, who's unfortunately leaving us, but he will be welcoming you all on October 26th.
Thank you very much. I wait for you. Bye. Ciao.
Thank you.
Bye.
Anthony,
Ciao.
thank you very much. Ciao, Lara.
Bye. Okay, so as an answer to this question, I really didn't know that Italy opted out of this EU decision, never heard of it, because Italy is doing what Europe is saying. So Canada is on the safe travel list, and so it is for Europe, so it is for Italy. That's what I know so far.
Right. Giulia is asking from Padova, may I ask what is the deadline to register as an attendee? Well, the answer is as soon as ticket sales have finished. How many tickets are there left? I really don't know at the moment, but there are still some available. So I think you're okay for a couple of months before they run out. No, I haven't received it. Yes, same answer to Gianluca down in Sicily. Yes, you can register as a private. Yes, you can register in August, September. I think we won't have problem of availability. Of course, with the new normal, we won't be able to have 400 that we were expecting delegates at the event. Considerably lower, probably looking at absolute maximum 250 to 300. Okay. So hello, Jessica, Casey in the press group, Juanita, Miami. Do we have any more questions? So I thought we'd have those.
Just to answer to Juanita, as I mentioned before, United States are not allowed until July 15th. I mean, Europe, the European Union is setting this list every 15 days. So you might want to wait until, every 15 days things change and develop so quickly. And it's not a travel ban that will last forever. So I just want everybody to keep looking at what European Union says for traveling into the European Union, and we'll see what happens next.
Okay. Sylvia is asking, how will safety measures affect the workshop meetings?
Pardon?
Sylvia is asking, how will the safety measures affect the workshop meetings?
We will manage the workshop meetings as Anthony already said, with a one-way system. So we will try to fix the agenda in a sort of a way that all the agents, the sellers are going to be seated and the agents are walking from one desk to the other. So we will try to set the meetings in a one-way order. So people is not going, to be mixing with each other, and we will provide social distancing. They will be sitting at a certain distance, and everything will be done according to the health and safety measurements that can be done, precautions that can be taken and done.
Okay. Heidi is thinking, if we were on the list to be invited on the press trip, will you contact us directly? Heidi, are you on the press trip? I can't remember if you do you recall Heidi on the press trip, Lara? The name?
I should check. I'm so sorry, but our press office is in charge for the press trip, so I don't remember the names of those attending the press trip. But I will check and I'll give you an answer after that. Yes.
If the question is if you've been accepted onto the press trip and confirmed, then yes, you'll be contacted.
Yes, that's me.
Right, Ian's asking, will deposits be refunded if the event has to be cancelled? Well, if the event has to be cancelled, that's well, we hope not going to be cancelled. The refund policies are on the registration form, so if you'd like to have a look there before you actually sign up. Casey's asking, any idea when flights will be booked for the press trips? Again, that would be the press office, won't it?
Not yet, but we'll let you know as soon as we book them, of course.
Yeah. Another one for deposits refunded if the US still is on the ban list. Right. We'll have to wait and see what the situation is, and then I'm sure we'll, like we did in March, come up with a suitable refund policy. Okay. If we decide not, so this is we need some glasses. Guarania. If we decide not to attend and be online, will there be any networking for those not attending in person? All right, I think I can answer that one. So if you're attending online, what you will have is access to ask questions to the speakers. But for what concerns networking events, you have to be here in person for that. I mean, obviously we can network people virtually, so that you can. We have a Facebook page for IWINETC attendees, both present and past, and everybody in there is 99% have attended IWINETC in the past or are going to this year. So that's the best place to network, to make contacts with producers, incoming agents, outgoing agents, journalists, masters of wine. They're all there. Okay, Beth, I think it's one on the agent group.
Yes.
Assuming we could still come, that's it, from the USA, will the fam trip we were originally confirmed on still stand?
Yes.
Yes.
All the fam trips are confirmed, and with the programs that were supposed to happen in March, so all the fam trips are confirmed in the same way.
Right. So Heidi is just confirming she is a member of the group, so we'll get information in due course.
Definitely.
Cynthia is asking, how many buyers for the sessions meeting have already confirmed? Right. Are you referring to the workshop? If you are, the diary that we opened back in end of February, beginning of March, will be wiped. And the same diary system will be used to set appointments before the B2B workshop. Okay. The reason it's going to be wiped is that some of the agents won't be attending because they can't. And so there will be new agents attending in their place. Okay, so there will be, I think we have, of the 50 that were confirmed, with only 10 have dropped out for work reasons mainly. And so there'll be 10 to 20 new agents in the diary system. So Nino, if people from the US are not able to travel to Italy, then workshop will be severely hindered. Why not make available B2B session online? Well, the thing is that the event's going to go ahead. The event's going to happen. And, right today, we firmly believe that the event is going to go ahead safely, without any problems at all. So the suggestion to have a B2B online would be a good suggestion if we were starting from scratch. Like if we're going to organize it like now for October, then we probably would look to do a B2B online. But as so many people are committed to attending the event, both agents, in terms of the workshop, both agents and the providers, I think none of the providers have cancelled in the workshop. I think maybe one or two at most have dropped out. So good suggestion, but it will be in person, 27, 28, 29th of October. Right, Sylvia, I think we've answered that one. Okay, any more questions? There we go. Ivalo, Bulgaria. Will wine tasting be possible in the exhibition area? Good question. We are registered and interested to bring some wines. Also, are there any restrictions related to the exhibitor? Lara can answer that one.
We will answer that as soon as new guidelines are coming every single week. There's new rules, new suggestions, new way of dealing with events and things. So as for now, it is allowed, and we will just provide more space for every single exhibitor in order not to make people queue in front of the exhibitor's desk. We will provide a more frequent change of glasses and everything, so you know all the safety and precautions could be taken and done. So we will see what the new guidelines are, and we will provide with updated news as soon as we know them and we come up with news. You will be updated, as already Anthony said, through the website. We will update this PDF that he showed you before with the new information every time we have some. So do not worry, we cannot say something now and give it for granted, but we will keep you updated on everything as soon as we have the new information.
So continue to make arrangements to bring those Malink, isn't it, from Bulgaria, the great variety. Shannon's asking that she's an agent. She was registered as an agent and took the refund. Didn't know if she could come or not, but is asking, will the amount deducted be applied back? Well, yes. Quick, the answer is yes. If you opted for the refund, you simply pay back the difference. You don't have to pay again the registration fee. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to share the file with you now. Let me see where it is. Files. Where's it gone? I think I just deleted it. Oh no. Okay. The moderators put it up for you behind the scenes. So there's the PDF that we were talking through earlier. If you want to download that, dated July 2020, on the IWINETC website. We'll update it if needed in August, September, October, if there are any new legislations or things that we are obliged to do. Okay, any more questions? Last chance for questions. IWINETC event, health and safety. Okay, well, so that concludes the IWINETC update. Of course, new updates will be published each month until the event start time, which is arrival day being 26 October, welcome reception, networking, not to be missed. As the Friuli, Venezia, Giulia have been working hard, and they're going to put on a really, really good event. And if you can get to the event and you really want, you really should try and make it. It's going to be fantastic in terms of education, in terms of business contacts, in terms of networking, in terms of discovering fantastic territory for wine and culinary tourism. So thank you to Lucio, who's gave us that nice presentation assurance, and of course thank you very much to Lara.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching live, or if you're watching the replay, thank you for coming in to watch that. For those of you who are not registered, you can do so. there. You can just click on there and register. Of course, we are giving away a free registration for those of you who attended this session and the next session without dropping out. And if you are already registered, and you are the winner, we will refund you the registration fee that you paid. Okay, so on that.
So goodbye, everybody. I look forward to welcoming you all and to, you know, toast together in Friuli, Venezia, Giulia.
Okay, thank you, Lara. So we're up again at 5 o'clock. We've got session 2, the future of wine tourism, with 2 of our keynote speakers. And we'll see you then. Any questions that have gone unanswered, we will, if there are any, we will make a post and put them on the website. And if you want to join the next session, we encourage you to do so, because it's really a good time to find out about the future beyond 2020 from experts in the business. You can click on the link at the top, and that will take you to the waiting room for the next session, which is starting at 5 o'clock. Thank you all again for attending, and we hope to see you in Friuli, Venezia, Giulia for the IWINETC 2020 12th edition of the annual conference. Bye for now. Bye-bye.
Bye.